Welcome to episode 41 of the Motor Marvel podcast. If you've just realised, we have two more guests here because our team has grown.
They have,
A tad. We have grown, so this podcast is on our new members. One of them, unfortunately, cannot make it, but we will mention him. So guys, none of this could actually happen if it wasn't for, you guys.
Yeah.
And so we do appreciate it. We appreciate you viewing our channel and going to our Instagram, our TikTok, rocking up to our Cars and Coffee events. And
yeah, I'm excited, mate. There's some big things in the works.
there's a lot of big things. Thanks to our sponsors, Hard Hat Watches, of course, and Only Cars. So, guys, introduce yourselves. Now, we all know Shawn. We've had Shawn on the channel before.
Oh, was he our first?
Yeah.
He was our first.
That was your first guest.
You've already been on here?
First special guest.
We talked nonsense for a while.
Yeah.
We talked sim racing, I think.
Sim racing. But we have Paul as well. So introducing Paul. And we have Jason too, but he's not here tonight. But unfortunately, but we'll probably put him on another podcast.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Next week, maybe.
Next week, better keep him alone anyway.
Yeah. But Shawn, tell us a bit about yourself. And if people haven't watched the original first, I think it was like episode 2 or 3.
God, yeah, it would have been very early on.
Okay.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, give us a quick review of yourself, mate.
Okay. Yeah, well, my name's Shawn. I was on the podcast early days of Motor Marvel with these guys. Speaking about basically sim racing, I'm pretty in depth with sort of a pro sim racing career for a while, the last few years.
Are you still with HPD?
Yeah, still signed with them, but at the moment it's on just a little pause while the championship gets worked out for 26, and I've just been a bit of a car nut for how long you'd know.
Yeah,
since the beginning.
Ever since I've known you, you've always been a Subaru fan. What else do you like?
What do I like?
What else are your car specialties that you would say your get you going?
I just like anything that's a bit more unusual. I feel like that's probably a good way to say it, instead of saying brands or saying things that are. If there's a clear drive behind,
Like the intent?
yeah, like the intent, I'd say. I think it's all pretty well known that I'm a big Honda fan. I love the business in general. They just seem like genuine, like a genuine company.
Yeah.
They have reasons for everything they do. There's a reason they do Formula One, why they do MotoGP. Anything they do is just to train engineers and to learn something new and admit we don't know, but we want to learn.
Yeah.
You don't hear
It's a
that
good mentality,
a lot.
isn't
Yeah, it's great. And they're pretty much, their record shows that everything they do is they eventually get there.
Yeah.
So I think they're humble, really cool. Back to the whole why, so unusual sort of reasons to do something in the car world just kind of grabs my attention. Subaru always has. They've always been an unusual small company, one factory in Gunma, Japan, that just do weird stuff.
Yeah.
And
But
have been innovative.
We mentioned on our last podcast they've made their first front-wheel drive car in 50 years.
But that is a partnership.
It is
with
a partnership.
Yeah.
I'm a bit weird about those partnership cars. I think a lot of brands have them, and it's hard to say that is the essence of that brand lost. I like to think it was like when Aston teamed up, when the EU brought all those emissions rules in as your range of cars.
Yeah.
Aston had just V12 Roadsters.
Yeah.
So they're like, how do we bring our average down? So they did this
Smart
partnership
car.
with Toyota.
Yeah. Oh, that's
you remember that little iGo thing?
Yes.
And you can now buy an Aston Martin Signet, well not now, back then, which was just, it was the little three-cylinder Toyota car with an Aston badge that had quilted pillows in the back seat and Aston steering wheel.
Yeah.
I saw one in
I
Japan,
remember seeing videos
but it was
of that.
100 and something grand, where the iGo was 10.
Yeah.
It's the same car. Anyway,
crazy.
but it brought their average down, so they
It's
could
very
do it.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, so anything like that, I'm
All right.
fascinated by.
Well, let's move on.
Paul.
Give us a bit of your I guess, background in cars, where it came from, a bit of understanding about you, and
I've always loved cars. Started when I was a kid, but it didn't really fire up until after I bought my own car, my first car.
which was
Which was my first proper car, which was my Integra, my Type R.
beautiful.
Um,
Was it?
What colour was
It was my Milano pink.
Wait, hold on. Was this during the Sex Spec era?
It was just after. It was when JDM was first really
So
starting
you
up.
missed the Sex Spec
I
era.
missed the sex spec era. Therefore.
So if you're not from down under Australia, we had an era called the Sex Spec era, which was you commonly
Glorious.
got a car and you'd put ridiculous chromies on it. The dumbest paint job you could possibly think of. So as much, the brighter it was, the cooler it
All
was.
the interiors were just custom.
The
Everything.
whole interior was ripped out and colourful.
Speakers
And then
and screens in the back.
as many speakers as a car could fit.
Yeah.
So anywhere that the
And
speaker
screens
could
that
fit,
made more
they'd be there.
sense.
And you know what? I think the UK had the same sort of thing.
Yeah, they
There
did.
was a sex spec. It was just,
Yeah.
they'd know this nuts. It's usually white leather. Just a ton of white
crazy.
leather.
Sex spec was crazy.
Anyway, we digress.
We digress.
Can we-
So back to
Yeah.
sorry, Paul.
Integra line,
Yeah, no,
okay.
I
Yeah.
missed the sex spec era. Thank God, I was never really into that. But yeah, I didn't really properly get into cars until I met you guys.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
It wasn't until, what was that, 2012, 2013?
11.
Yeah, around that time when I really properly got into cars.
Cool. It was
And
probably a
then-
similar time to me, to be fair. When I met you guys was when I was sort of really getting
Yeah.
deep into it. Yeah.
Yeah, you knew nothing.
I was
I'm
a
joking.
complete noob.
I knew nothing.
No, I'm not
I
gonna
was
say
a complete
That's all right.
That was me. That was me who knew
Yeah,
nothing.
but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Because over the years, I've just kind of learned.
I think all of us did. It was pretty
Like, I
great.
still can't do anything mechanically without blowing something up.
Right, right?
Like, I changed my headlight in my car the other day, and it took me 3.5 hours.
But we had, that
shouldn't
was a
take
good
that
thing,
long.
like, it's like an example of us.
And I dropped
finding
2
these
bolts
group
in my
of
engine
people.
bay.
Oh, that's standard.
Oh, this doesn't matter. You just drive off and they fall out.
Just drive
Yeah,
back.
don't worry about that.
Yeah, but I need those bolts.
Yeah.
So I'll just have to replace them. But yeah, that's basically how it
I
started.
miss your
for me.
Integra.
Yeah, I also miss my
Very
Integra.
cool.
That was a great car.
And then you started riding,
I
obviously.
started riding in 2019, and I did it until my second kid, and I just didn't have the time to do it anymore. So that was 2023. I stopped, but yeah, I reviewed a ton of cars in that time.
Yeah. Got a
So
lot of
it's not
experience
my first time in auto
Journalism,
review.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done much video wise, but yeah, written.
Well, we're happy to
Plenty.
have you on, mate.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be
Thank
awesome. Give you some cars to...
And now he's back to riding for us.
Yes.
So, just to give you guys an idea, Paul and Shawn will be writing for us and doing video reviews in collaboration with me, which is pretty exciting. So you have 2 people on camera talking absolute shit. So it'll be pretty
But
fun.
I think between us, even here at Sydney's room, and
Yeah.
obviously our Jason,
A lot of
there's
chemistry.
There's a
Yeah.
wealth of knowledge as well,
Yeah.
and
This is
experience
take
and
20 to start.
of shit being talked. Yeah.
So we are super excited to have the boys on, and it just means that our team's growing, and it just means that the show's just going to get even better. So there's going to be a lot more stuff going on. So
Yeah, more content. Always good.
way more content. So it's going to be different faces. It's not just going to be me all the time.
That's really good.
Yeah, shut up. We never get in front of camera. So we never see this dinkus in front of camera except for the podcast and Cars and Coffee events and some Pride and Joys.
Yeah.
So we kind of want... You know what? I'm going to do this. Guys, put down in the comments, do you want to see where Webby on some of the car reviews? Because he refuses to be on any of them.
I don't know, refuse.
You don't want to do any of the car reviews.
Nah.
See? I reckon we're
I
getting on
actually think there
stuff.
should be like one like occasional special one where only you're there.
I,
Yeah,
I
and
have
it's
one coming
just
up
him.
that
And
I'm
it's
going to
just
do.
your strangeness.
My
Oh,
strangeness.
There is a car
What?
he's doing soon.
I am.
What is it?
Oh yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
But he's still going to have me on camera. So
Maybe.
What is it?
What do you mean? You could just stand in the background.
that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be behind. I'm just going to stand there and just stand right next to
The
him. Like,
requirement
right
is-
close next to him.
I
Just
just
be
yeah,
weird.
the requirement to just be in frame
Yeah.
is very loose
Yeah.
when you do that.
So we're super excited to have the boys on, but we should get on to some news because it is the podcast.
Is it?
Yeah. Now, if you're watching our last week's episode, well, no, it's last week's episode.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
We talked about it a bit.
Yeah, we talked about it a bit, and unfortunately, I put it in the description. Is that when we actually was filming that podcast, literally that given day when we finished, the ZR1X beat the GTD,
Did.
which we on the podcast were saying, oh, you know, imagine
Yeah.
it beat it,
Yeah, it
which
Yeah.
is mind blowing to think that the ZR1X is not even their full fledged hardcore
It's not the
version.
final form.
So they're saying there's going to be a more final form to that thing.
Yeah, there's like rumored. No one knows exactly. Well, like the ZR1X was like everyone kept. You probably saw like news. Like it was referred to as Zora.
Yeah.
Yeah, as like the guy who the original designer of the Corvette back in the 40s, 50s, I want to say. But there might be something extra. We don't really know.
What
But
do you
they
reckon
kind of just dropped. The ZR1 came out, blew everyone's minds.
Yeah.
And then they're just almost like a month later. They're just like, oh, surprise!
It was
here's
super
the
quick,
X,
wasn't it? Yeah, we were
which
the
was
same.
Yeah.
The hybrid.
What are they
version.
going to do again though? Like what?
But you said
What
that
more?
the ZR1 became...
Yeah. So I thought it was cool that Chevy just went, okay, like Ford. Oh, let's start with Ford with the Mustang. It was very public. Their whole we need to get this car around the ring in basically a GT3 RS at spec time. Sub 7 minutes was the target to be the fastest American car.
Yep.
And they were there for a very long time developing the car, and then managed to do it after a few goes.
Do you know what time they got?
6:52.
Wow.
I believe.
That's pretty good.
Which is, especially the size of the car.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very impressive. And then we've got Chevy's just dropped random cars very fast in succession. There's like, they had the Z06, which was amazing sounding. Then they brought the ZR1, which is nuts. 1,052 or whatever horsepower. Then the ZR1X 1250 with electric motor and all drive.
And turbos that are the biggest on any
Biggest on
production
any
car.
production car.
Yeah.
Which the best fact about that is that the force of just the exhaust pulses coming out the back is actually produces a measurable thrust on the car.
That's amazing.
That's
So
wild.
nuts.
and it's like minuscule. It's not going to make you go point whatever.
Yeah,
but they go,
but-
we can actually measure that the speed of the exhaust exiting is
That's nuts.
provides a note like a measurable amount of thrust
That's
on the car,
crazy.
which is horrifying. So yeah. Anyway, but Chevy just come along and they just dropped on YouTube unannounced 3 videos.
Yeah.
And it was the Z06, the ZR1, and the ZR1X doing a lap around the ring.
Nurburgring, yeah.
Yeah, and both the ZR1 and the ZR1X
Beat the
GTD. So not... And the greatest thing about these videos, in my opinion, is that they were driven by their engineers.
I saw
They
that.
were
That's
just
amazing,
their
isn't it?
drivers. So
They weren't
They weren't
even
race
pros.
drivers, no. So they're obviously great drivers.
Yeah,
they
that's
design
crazy.
and build these cars
You'd have
for a
to be
living.
pretty
We're
They
not
have-
saying you're not a good driver.
No,
Just
exactly,
saying
yes.
that.
So there's a lot of, but what was important to Chevy was that it's like the point is it's accessible, and we just wanted to show that these guys built the car, so have at it.
Yeah.
And they just have like this happy sort of like let's see what we can do vibe, less serious, and those two cars both beat.
You know the one thing Sal and I were mentioning too, we just love the rivalry too, right? That this is
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
That they're out there
Exactly.
doing this and
Yeah.
they're competing for lap times and they're pushing boundaries. It's
Absolutely.
exciting.
I just hope that Dodge just goes, do
God.
we bring back the Viper?
Oh,
Because
you know what?
SRT has returned now,
Yeah,
if you haven't seen.
it depends if.
So if they bring back a Viper, please, can you please bring back
When
a
was the
Viper?
last
Just
Viper?
bring back a
23?
Viper.
Well, I mean, they're owned by Fiat now, right?
The
owned by-
Stellantis. Stellantis owns
Stellantis,
all of
yeah,
them.
yeah. So
When was the last Viper? 23?
2000, no,
Mate.
earlier than that.
No, it was
21.
No, it was 26. The 20. The what do you call it? The
TCR.
was it
TCR?
No, not
No.
TCR. The what do you call it? The last
GTS?
hurrah. It was far out.
No, they had some
Um,
crazy one which was ridiculous.
ridiculous around the Nurburgring. It was actually.
But I don't think that
ridiculous.
was the final gen. I thought that was second gen.
No.
But the final gen one they did, and then just retiring. It won't come back with that big V10. No way. I don't think it'll be legal emissions wise, unfortunately.
Oh, well, wait. States have kind of dropped things. You know what's
Oh,
happening?
yeah, that's very true, right?
They've dropped
They
things.
really
Do
So,
whatever you want to do.
so Hemi's. So we all heard that Hemi were going to retire the. Sorry,
V8.
Dodge was going to retire the Hemi.
Hemi.
Right. That beautiful 6.2 litre V8. It's coming back.
It is.
It's coming back, and it's coming back again in the cars that it should go into. Right. The stupid thing about that is the fact that when you look at the Hellcat and the Demon,
Yeah.
the supercharger was as big as a 4-cylinder motor in
Yeah.
terms of
I think it was
the
2.5 litres in capacity, which is
3 litres. Some of
was
them.
it 3? Yeah,
Yeah.
some of it. The Demon Red Eye, whatever the big
Yeah.
last hurrah one was.
Crazy.
Insane.
I'm pretty sure it's 3 litres.
Yeah.
Either 2.5, 3. But that is just stupid. That
That is
capacity is like
crazy.
again stupid.
Mm.
Can't say that word again. Stupid.
Yeah, but it's. I find it interesting because they really put all their interest in. Oh, we can make twin turbo 6
Yep.
cylinders just as effective. So I think they call them hurricanes or something.
Yeah, we were talking about this on the podcast,
Yeah.
and then what they realised, and hat off to Dodge, right?
Yeah.
To admitting, like Ram admitted,
Yep.
hard Dodge, admitted, they go, we make mistakes.
Yeah.
They made the V6 twin turbo. It's not that it's a bad car, it's not, but I'm sorry, but the people who buy those cars want a V8.
They do, and it's an emotive choice.
Right.
It always is, and it's not even the best choice for if you're big on towing.
No.
The Hemi is not the best choice. You'd get one of those Ram, big Cummins diesel, far better tow car.
Yeah.
But a V8 purchase is an emotional choice.
Yeah.
However, Cummins V8 sounds
Exactly.
like...
That's what I mean. And do you know who made the same mistake, Merc, with the 4-cylinder C63?
Okay, we're not going to talk about that. We've
Oh,
spoken about
I
that
know,
so
I'm
many
just
times
saying.
on the podcast. Biggest mistake Mercedes has ever made was going down the road of making cars with smaller engines and going almost completely electric and going...
Yeah.
Like, we know this, we all know this in the motoring world was the biggest mistake Mercedes has made.
But
And
it's an example of the same sort of problem with just like, it's not about performance.
No.
It's, like I was saying, it's an emotional choice.
It's an emotional choice.
And the fact that Ram is bringing, just in general, the whole group is bringing the Hemi back.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's good. It's awesome. Same as Chevy. And they've announced they're investing in the next generation small block V8, so that's coming soon. Gen 7, I think they're up to. No, I could be wrong. 6. Don't know much about that, but
The coolest thing about the Corvette, buddies, what they technically did is they grabbed a Ferrari 458, ripped the engine apart, and made their own.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Right. So
It's what China's doing to everyone else.
that is what- can we just
I love that.
can we
really
just think
It's
about?
my favourite.
They grabbed what car did they grab?
Who?
Ferrari 458.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best cars in the world.
Okay.
Bikes, Ferrari is the best.
They made it better, which is actually...
No, they didn't make it better.
There you go, they did.
They probably did make it more reliable.
They did.
That engine is amazing.
That engine
It
is amazing.
Incredible sound. Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. What else is happening in the news?
I don't know, mate. That's probably about it that I'm aware of at the
Yeah,
moment,
pretty much.
besides something too exciting. I think the best news for me is what's going on over here at Motor Marvel.
Yeah, in our team. And
We've still got things in the works, right? We've got the Cars and Coffee, got another one coming up.
Yep.
We're talking about, again, we keep mentioning it, but some skidpan action. Hopefully it's happening soon.
Yep. So Nick's organising that because he does all the back end stuff. So that's why he doesn't do much.
We just turn up.
Yeah. We just turn up and
we just turn up.
and we just
And
review.
it runs smoothly, doesn't it, Nick?
I'm excited for that one. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It'd be cool just to see
Yeah.
the range of cars that everyone has. It's fun to see on the track. I think that one of the funniest ones to see was actually a Ram on there.
I was there for that day. Yeah, that was mad.
It doesn't move.
No.
But it spins like crazy. The wheels. So it's just, that guy's just sitting there, just going like 3Ks, but it's sideways.
Yes,
the
it's
whole
this
time.
the whole time.
It's the weirdest situation. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got the skid pan. We've got another Cars and Coffee event.
Yep.
We've got a ginormous Cars and Coffee event that's still in the works, which we won't tell you about just yet because that's going to take a lot of planning.
That is a big one.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Got some Pride and Joys coming up, which are trying to just get down packed. So if you remember Jeff, we've still got to get his Land Rover on.
Yep.
We've got Leon's 599M.
Oh, yes.
That beautiful car.
You need to organise that.
Yeah, I'm organising that myself. And
I think just keep an eye out for all the
more
content. coming up,
Autohouse
guys.
Hamilton stuff coming
There's
out.
a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But guys, welcome the boys on. Please, watch their content when it comes out because it's going to be awesome. And we're just so excited. We can't do this without you guys. So we do appreciate you liking, subscribing, and watching all the videos because it really does mean a lot. And a big shout out to our sponsors. But yeah, guys, welcome to the team.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
And we can't wait for this. Other than that, guys, we'll see you on another episode of the Motor Marvel podcast. Catch us.
Thanks.